What's up and welcome to section 2, packing. I love packing. This is actually a fun section for me, and I think I just like packing because it reminds me of the video game Tetris, where you have to put all the little things in different areas and really coordinate it. So I really enjoy packing. So let's get into it right off the bat, all right? So suitcases versus backpack. This is a big one that a lot of people get confused on because they think, oh, I need a suitcase, or hey, I need a backpack. You don't need either. It's kind of up to you what you want to do. However, there are advantages to both. Suitcases. If you have a suitcase that is the proper dimensions, that fits in the little carry-on thing, like at Spirit Airline and stuff like that, you always know that you're gonna be good. You already know it, because if they say, hey, can you put it in the thing? You're like, sure, I don't care. So that is one advantage to having the suitcase, if you know it fits in those little bins. However, backpacks hardly ever get checked the same amount, unless it's one of those big backpacks that look obviously humongous and they look like you are going on a 22-day camping trip. Besides that, majority of the time, you don't get checked. I've seen plenty of times I've been going through lines and suitcases get checked, and my backpack never did. So, keep that in mind. Also, suitcases put a bigger bullseye on you. I'm sorry, they do, especially for the hustlers trying to sell you stuff. If you get off, the bus with a suitcase, they can pretty much go, tourist, and they know. If you have a backpack, you have your sunglasses, and you got your earpods in, they don't seem to really mess with you very much. If they do, and you keep walking so long, it's pretty well done. I've done it many times. That's actually my go-to move, to use the backpack and have my sunglasses and my earbuds on, even when it's dark. It really doesn't matter. I just don't want them. It gives them that vibe to kind of like, yo, you're good. You don't need their help. So, besides being a bullseye, let's see what other things I wrote down. I understand some people can't carry the heavy bags. Okay, so this is kind of a thing. I can understand that. Some people can't carry the big bags, and that can be an issue. So if you are one of those, I understand why you have the suitcase. But let's try to figure out a few things. Could you get rid of some stuff, maybe, and have a backpack? Most of the time, 90% of us, if not more, we pack too much stuff. I always pack too much stuff, and I've been doing this for 3 years, and I still pack too much stuff. So keep that in mind, and maybe that can help you in the aspect of getting a backpack that you could carry. Another thing is sometimes backpacks will have wheels on them. You can get a backpack with wheels, so you can carry the backpack, and then if it gets too heavy, you put it down on the wheels and you use the wheels. So keep that in mind. There are ways to get around things. It takes a little more effort, and I understand sometimes the extra effort is a lot more work, so you don't want to. I get that. However, just remember, suitcase versus backpack, it's an interesting dilemma, but suitcase put bullseye on you. Backpacks you can get up and down stairs easier and stuff like that, depending on what countries you're going into. Let's see if there's anything else. Yeah, so really that's about it with backpack and suitcases. Just remember, you want to take away as many things that make you a bullseye for the scammers and the people trying to, get money out of you when you're leaving the airport. Having a backpack, you can just walk past people very easily. I'm a backpack person, 100%. Always use my backpack. But I do understand some people can't, so just keep that in mind. Find ways. See if you can perhaps lighten your load so you could have a backpack. Next, how to get around carry-on fees. So this is something that I'd like to think that I put a lot of work into to try to become an expert in this area, because I hate paying extra money for carry-on fees. So the first thing is verifying your backpack. This is kind of with the whole suitcase and backpack thing. If you know that your carry-on bag is going to fit in the thing, that's great. However, there are some airlines that don't do it that way. They do it by weight. So keep that in mind. I've seen several in Australia and throughout Europe that I've been hit on weight before rather than the dimensions. So what can you do? You get rid of these carry-ons. So these tricks won't always work, but one of the things I've done is, if you see the weigh scale, right, and you see that you need like a little blue like tag on your bag, how can you do it? One thing I've done is I'll meet somebody that's also traveling, and I'll take out some things over in the corner. I'll have them watch my stuff. I'll walk up, I'll weigh my bag, I'll put the thing on, and then I'll go put my stuff back in the bag. They don't weigh it again as you're getting on the airplane. Most of the time, these people working for the airplanes, they don't want to be pain in the butts. They don't want to make your trip difficult. They don't want to give you added anxiety. They're just doing their job. So keep that in mind. Don't be mean to them. Keep it in mind so that keeping that positive attitude is so big. You get away, well, you get around and get away with more things when you're just a positive person. So keep that in mind as you're weighing your stuff and you're trying to find ways around this. Smile. They'll weigh your bag. It'll be good. You put your stuff in. You smile. You got your little thing. And you got it on the carry-on fee. So just keep that in mind. Another thing that I do is I've designed a few different travel vests and travel jackets. The way I've done this is, so I always pretty much wear a jacket. No matter where I'm at, I wear a jacket because I can always stuff things in my jacket if I need to lower the weight or to make my bag smaller. So what I've learned to do is I carry these magnets, and I got them from Amazon. They're just little circular magnets, right? And you can get them for $9-10 on Amazon. And what you can do is you can take these magnets, you can design like a little pocket inside your jacket, put the magnets to stick on them, and then you can put your laptop in there. And now you've just made more room in your bag. And you can put other things in there. I just found like this new little ways. I try to find little ways that I can always stuff things in my pockets. There are travel jackets and travel vests out there that you can buy that are already ready to go. Sometimes they're a little more expensive, so I like to make my stuff a lot of times. So keep that in mind. I always wear a jacket, and it doesn't matter if I'm going to Maui, it doesn't matter if I'm going to Jamaica, I'm wearing a jacket. So I need a little coffee real fast, you know what I'm saying? Pardon me, guys. I mean, pardon me, everyone. One of the cool things is building these things is cool. I enjoy trying to make my own travel stuff. So keep that in mind. And honestly, if you go into Google and you just put in travel vest or travel jackets, you'll find some cool little designs. Let me go over here so I can, scroll down just a little bit. That's the reason I love doing a course like this where I don't have to be super professional the whole time. Because as long as all of you are learning, that's all that I care about. So I hope everyone is. So that's how I get around the carry-on fees, the weighing thing. And also be aware that a lot of times you can't look up, does Ryanair weigh the bag or do dimensions? I mean, you can try, and sometimes you'll find some information, but a lot of times it's just not, the information isn't that findable. So just be aware of this, and like I said, the magnets are some cool ways. A traveling jacket is a great way with extra pockets. You can put a lot of stuff. I have a jacket that I fit my laptop, my iPad, several accessories, all in that jacket, and not one time have I ever been questioned about it. It's a jacket. They don't care. And like I said, these people that are working for the airlines are not there to make your life hard. They have to do their job, though. So if you find ways around it, they're not going to stop you. In fact, they probably encourage it. They probably probably brings them joy a little bit to see, like, I know if I was working there, I'd be like, that's a good one. That's a good one. So find ways around it. Work the system, and you'll get with some free stuff. The next one is practical clothing choices. This is something bigger I've noticed in the last year since I've been traveling. It depends where you're going as well. If you're going to Jamaica, oh, man, women especially, you can wear leggings, and you can make those so tiny, so you can roll them into such small little things. You can wear leggings every day, and you could literally get all your stuff that you need and a Ziploc in a large Ziploc freezer bag. And I have done this before. So just be aware of where you're going, and so you can make your clothing as small as possible. Also, I generally choose a certain outfit that I wear every day when I'm traveling. So jeans are really hard to make small in a bag, so I only bring one pair of jeans with me when I travel. However, I always wear those jeans on traveling day. So I can always have my jeans with me, but I'm always wearing them on traveling day, so they're not taking up room in my bag. So if you say you have, I generally carry, one pair of jeans, one long sleeve shirt, and then my jacket. generally when I travel, that's what I'm wearing on those travel days. So then everything else in my bag, I can make as small as possible. So be aware that certain clothing, you know, I don't want to say silk because people aren't going to, I highly doubt a bunch of people are wearing silk, but, you know, there's certain materials that you can roll smaller and then put the rubber bands on and then put them in your Ziploc bags, push out the air, or your Space Saver bags, which we'll definitely go into more when we, the Space Saver bags are amazing. I use them all the time. And you get them on, you know, Amazon for $10. But back to clothing choices. So getting your material right is one thing, and then also using your tones right, using your color tones. I use darker tones because blues, greens, blacks, browns, dark purples, those colors you can utilize with everything. If you have a black pair of pants, you can utilize that with every single dark color shirt, or dark colored shirt, even light colored shirts. But you know what I'm saying, though. If you have blue pants, you can utilize that with a green shirt. You can utilize that with a red shirt. You can always find using those dark colors a lot of times can be a big benefit for you. So keep that in mind when you're choosing your clothing that you're going to do or use. So on to how to make it fit into there. These are the things I never leave home without. Space Saver bags, number one. I love them. Amazon, $10. You don't need the pump that you get with it, so you don't have to worry about that taking up space, because you can just sit on it and you can take all the air out all you need. So Space Saver bags, yes, they're awesome. Next, the right carry-on bag. We kind of talked about this earlier. You know, 14 by 8 by 18 or something like that. That's the different types of dimensions. Having the right bag takes less stress off you. You don't have to worry about it. I'm telling you now, the amount of stress that bullet that gets up inside you before you get out there, you don't notice it's there, but it's there. By having the right bags, it takes all that stress off of you, and it's so much better. I love traveling with no stress, and I travel with a lot less stress now as I've been getting better and better with the process. The next thing I don't leave home without, Ziploc bags. Ziploc bags. Don't leave at home without them. I would say take 10 sandwich bags and 4 or 5 freezer bags. Ziploc bags can be used for everything, and you will be happy that you brought them. Next, proper toiletry bag. You'll see this in I think section 11 when I'm doing the packing demonstration. Toiletry bag, a clear bag is the best, because then they don't have to go through all your stuff. A lot of times they'll just look up at it, be like, Ronnie, you're good. And it makes it so much better so you don't have to redo your stuff every single time you go through TSA. And the final thing, or actually the final two things kind of go hand in hand. Zip ties and duct tape. I carry these with me at all times. You never know when you're going to use those two things. And it costs very, very minimal. $2 for zip ties, $2 or $3 for a roll of duct tape. Shove them in your bag, and you'll be happy you did. I promise you. So those are those are you know 5, 6 things that I always bring with me, and I think you would appreciate if you brought with you. So those will go into more when we're going through the packing demonstration in section 11. But hopefully you got something from that. Suitcase versus backpacks, how to get around the carry-on fees, practical clothing, and clothing materials actually matter. Supplies that you need to make your bag smaller. Those are the things that are important when you're packing, and I think the demonstration will really show that that we go through. So, yeah, stay tuned. You're 20-30 minutes in. We're going on to section 3. This is going to be talking about last minute things you don't want to forget. As you get closer to leaving, you get a little more nervous. The doubts start coming in your mind. So these are just things. Don't forget these few things, and it'll help you get ready for as you're arriving, and it'll make your plane ride a little nicer and a little less stressful. So stay tuned for section 3. All right, see everyone soon.